Hello everyone. It's time to draft. Alright, so we haven't played Lyonar yet, we haven't played Songhai yet, so let's pick one of these two. Starting song with the Silver Guard, a Rust Crawler, Sunstone Braces, all good options. We got a Sinja, Shieldmaster, Arclight Regalia. That's probably the pick, right? Song with a Holy... Ooh, those are amazing. So we get, whichever way we pick, we get at least one bonkers constructed stable, but we only get one. Is Regalia a better card than Holy Ammo? I mean, they're both absurd. I think they're both better than Silver Guard Knight, right? I feel like Songweaver is not as exciting as the other two cards either. I mean, Primus Shieldmaster is not very exciting, but Red Singe is very good. Very, very good. Yeah, we'll go with this. Really strong start here. Circle of Life, Sunriser, Sandburrow. This cannot be attacked while at full HP. That's kind of cool. I mean, we've got a nice little heal strat going on here. I don't know if there's much support for it though. Chimera, Sword of Macazol, or we can get an Ironcliff Guardian, a Windblade Adept, and a Beam Shock. Honestly, this is probably the way to go. Beam Shock is pretty good with the expensive units, right? Got a Sinja and an Ironcliff. We're probably going to have more big-ish dudes. Let's go with this. Scarab Golem, Lycium Roller, another Ironcliff. Magnetized Whistling Blade. Or Demonic Lure and True Strike. Well, we love a cheap spell. We love removal. I think the Skyrock and the Lycium Brawler, this does have airdrop now. But I think these cards are maybe weak enough to, that it's not really worth picking them compared to these, even though there is also an Ironcliff there. Arclight Sentinel, Silver Guard Square, Jack's True Sight, Azurite Lion, or Dancing Blades, Arclight Sentinel, Arclight Regalia. It has to be this, right? I mean, Jax is really good, and there's not that much AoE in Duelyst 1 that can easily clear it. So there is that, but it's not a particularly good defensive card. Double Regalia in the deck is so rude, and then Sentinel and Dancing Blades are both excellent 2-for-1 minions. Oh, I don't know, maybe Jax is... Am I like overthinking it by not picking Jax and just slamming it on curve as much as possible? We did play against it a couple times in previous runs, and it was incredibly powerful for the opponent. Let me think about punishes for it. So we've got Plasma Storm, Breath of the Unborn, Ghost Lightning. There have to be others. Tempest. Ghost Lightning and Tempest are both pretty accessible. Yeah, okay. I think it's worth picking these then. There's enough AoE that... Alright, so... What is that? Is that another... Is that a Sunriser? Yeah, that's a Sunriser. Okay, so we've got Aerial Rift, which is just draws a card, and Circle of Life. Silver Guard Square, which, I mean, might be fine. Azurite Lion, which is obviously very good. And then Aegis Barrier, which doesn't draw a card anymore. Although this is 2 draws, so matters less. Another Circle of Life and Sunriser. I do think Circle of Life is a very good card. I think if I'm going to buy a cheap spell, I'd rather have the one that cycles. A cheap spell that doesn't like affect the board, doesn't do much. Like Beam Shock doesn't refund a card either, but it gives you a fair bit of tempo. Helps you protect whatever you just deployed. Oh, it says stun a unit. I wonder if it can stun like your opponent. It does say stunned minions lose their next action. Maybe it doesn't work on generals anyway. So far I only have the 1/2 drop, so filling out the cheap bits of the curve might be useful. The Sunriser will probably do nothing. Triggering it with Circle of Life is not super reliable, but Circle of Life is itself like a really strong card. I did not realize it had been bumped up to Legendary. That feels a bit naff for a Legendary, to be honest. No, honestly, let's just take the cheap early bodies. Another Regalia and a Holy Relation. That's going to be hard to beat. We got a Purgatos, which is actually good with all the various healing things we've passed. Sunstone Templar gives everything airdrop permanently now. Or we could take a Suntide Maiden Wings of Paradise. I would ordinarily be very happy about this, but third Regalia Holy Ammo is like... I'm not passing that. Okay, here's some less exciting stuff. So we got a Sunstone Templar and a Second Sun. I don't hate Second Sun. It is a bit vulnerable to Dispel, but it's one of the things like... Oh, excuse me. It's a little late, I'm tired. It's one of the things where, like, if they don't have it, then you just slap them to death with an 80. We got a Flyer and a Brightmost Golem, or a Lightbender and a Chimera as well. I mean, Chimera is kind of cool. We have a few cheap spells to make space in the hand to play a few expensive minions. I do like Sunstone with the MO. Whether it's airdropping itself in or airdropping something else in. Being able to give everything airdrop is pretty sick, actually. It might just be an interesting card to play with in general. Let's try it. So Flamewing, Mobius, or in Nexus, Sundrop Elixir, Lasting Judgment, or Divine Bond, Healing Mystic, Lady Lock. So we have an Ironcliff, we also have Dancing Blades, Second Sun, Red Singer, we have a Sun Elemental even. Quite a few high toughness minions that Bond is good with. Healing Mystic is Healing Mystic, and then Lady Lock I think is quite good. And we have a few cheap units to work well with it. Lasting Judgment is excellent though, and Sundrop isn't bad. So far we don't have a lot of healing. I think we have 0. So I'm kind of interested in picking one of the healing picks. This pack I think we can just ignore. Or a Nexus is fine, but I'm not super excited about it compared to the other two. So this pack has the highest ceiling. I think this is not an amazing Lady Lock deck. It's fine. We got some cheap dudes. We got a Silver Guard. It's kind of cool with where is it? Sunstone Templar, because we can drop provokes in weird places, and it does give us an extra 2-drop to play with it as well. On the flip side, this gives us cheap interaction. We don't have a lot of ways of killing a ranged unit right now. We have a True Strike and a Demonic Lure. But most of our other interaction is up close, right? Sentinel, Regalia, Ironcliff, Dancing Blades, MO. These are all... I guess Ironcliff couldn't deal with ranged units because it has airdrop. No, you know what? I think I like the high ceiling here. I think having a Divine Bond is pretty awesome. Repulsor Beast, Rejuvenator, Venom Toth. Strong. Aerial Rift, Sworn Avenger, Windrunner. Sworn Avenger is really good. The other two I'm less compelled by in this deck. Flash Freeze, Void Pulse, I don't want that. We've already got Beam Shock, and Void Pulse is not super good for this deck. How good is Aerial Rift here? So putting another Holy Immo in is kind of spicy. Another Bond is unlikely to happen. You don't normally cast that card unless it's lethal. I think I like this, to be honest. More interaction, more healing, and then just like a body that pings them. Pretty good. Crimson Oculus, Decimate. Decimate's pretty strong. Ephemeral Shroud, True Strike, Lasting Judgment, triple removal. Or a couple of bad 2-drops and an Arclight Sentinel. I think we can ignore that pick, even though I do like Arclight Sentinel a lot. Decimate's pretty good, huh? Good against backliners. Kills Jack's True Sight. We don't actually have big AoE, but we do have a decent amount of removal, and we have small AoE, so we might not need it. This pack kind of feels like it's too much of a good thing. Like, I don't know if we need 3 cheap interaction effects. But on the flip side, it will let us make cuts from other piles. Like, if we have this, we can freely ignore cheap removal for the rest of the draft. And then we can still cut these if we end up with more. But maybe taking the Decimate is good for that. Because this will help us shape the deck a little more. Like, these are kind of more controlling, right? Decimate is good against, you know, good in slightly longer games. Oculus is more of a defensive card that wants to scale up and then attack. This is more of like, throw your cards down, clear stuff. But then on the flip side, these also pair well with big minions. Right now, our curve is kind of low, actually. We want to look to beef up the top end if we're going to play a lot of these type of cheap spells. So we could take this and then just try and take big stuff for the rest of the draft. I kind of like that, actually. Just bias towards expensive things and bombs. Or copies of Holy Immolation. That's also good. Sundrop, Keeper of the Veil, Blazehound, Healing Mystic, Mobius, Second Skin, True Strike. Give me stuff. More expensive, powerful cards I want. I think this Healing Mystic is good though. We do have a Lady Lock, so if we end up with a bunch of cheap minions, there's not, you know, worse things happen at sea, right? I really don't want a third True Strike. Although, like I said, if we end up with a low curve, we can just cut the pack I took with the 3 cheap interactive cards. Maybe I just want this because Second Sun is an efficiently costed bomb. Do we have any good Keeper of the Veil combos? I don't think so. Dancing Blades, Singer, Rejuvenator, Repulsor, I guess. Lock. Sentinel, Shroud. To be fair, not terrible, not terrible. But not super exciting. Yeah, let's take the 5-drop. Lightbender Silhouette. Grandmaster Zit, here we go. Or Circle of Life Red Singer, maybe that's better actually. I do love Red Singer. So Zir plus Sunstone Braces is exactly the sort of like big stuff plus cheap stuff deck building style I'm interested in exploring here. In the sense that we have a huge thing and then a cheap thing that allows us to make hand space while we play the huge things. That also affects the board a little bit. In this case, Sunstone Braces lets you trade with 2/3s with your general. On the flip side, so we've already got a good amount of cheap fodder. And Circle of Life gives us some more healing, which is quite useful. And then we get another Red Singer, which is another bomb that I think is very powerful. I think I want this more. Dioltas, Ironcliff Guardian, Golem Vanguard, compelling. Magnetize, Azure Lion, Sivrel, Azure Lion Wings. Yeah. Dioltas and a second Ironcliff with this Divine Bond. We're gonna kill some people. Another Sunstone, another Circle of Life, Hailstone Golem. I actually like this pack a lot. Because we're lacking in decent 4-drop creatures. Lithium Brawler, Arclight Sentinel. I love an Arclight Sentinel. Silverguard Sarlacc. I think I'll take this. We've basically got enough random fodder at different points on the curve that we can ideally use the cuts to get to exactly the kind of build we want. What is that? I guess it gets more health for each nearby enemy or something. Chassis is not very exciting. Alex is pretty good though. We do like Alex. Another chassis, another circle. We don't want 3 circles of life for sure. Right, these packs are all naff and I'm probably going to cut whichever one. So let's take this because the Alex is more exciting than anything else there. It's there if we need it. Saberspine, second Divine Bond. Well. Oh, we've got a Sundrop, another Saberspine, and another Lasting Judgment. We could take this and cut the other pile with a cheap removal. Which I'm probably going to do anyway, to be fair. On the flip side, so at this point we have 2 Second Suns and 2 Ironcliff Guardians. And some other stuff. This Divine Bond looks amazing. And we have a Dual Test too. And even Sun Elemental. We have some serious Divine Bond fodder. Like, we've just built Bond Argent, basically. The question is, how do we do this mana curve? So I think we've not quite got enough to really push the, like, huge idiots plus cheap stuff interaction. I could have picked more Sundrop elixirs and things to go with that, but I think what I want to do is probably trim some of this top end. That said, the distribution doesn't look awful. If we can cut the weaker high drops, but also cut some of the cheap fodder that we're filling the deck out with, I think we'll end up in a good spot. I kind of want to keep every power card, right? I want to keep all 3 Regalias. I want to keep the Holy Immos. I want to keep the Divine Bonds. We don't have 3 Divine Bonds, we have 2. It's the bug, where it shows you 2 of the last pack. Right, this is an easy cut. We lose a 5-drop, we lose the LX, and we lose a random 4-drop that we don't want anyway. How is the low end of the curve? So we have... Do we already have 3 True Strikes? Yeah, I don't want that. Probably going to look to make some cuts there. Maybe this pile. Where's the third? So we've got one here with the pack O cheap interaction. One here with one of the second suns, which we could lose. And then True Strike Demonic Lure. How good is Lure in this deck? We have a Repulsor Beast. What's the Repulsor Beast with? Venom Toth Rejuvenator. We could cut this set, honestly. Venom Toth and Repulsor are not exciting bodies. Rejuvenator also isn't great to just play on turn 2. And we're not lacking in healing with the Circle of Circles of Life. A good amount of Provoke. And we have a Healing Mystic. More like just straight up healing. Might not go on this, to be honest. But we should definitely trim down on some of this removal. Like, I have so much removal, and all of it is embarrassing against like just a big creature. So maybe let's cut this pile. I do like having a Dispel. We don't actually have any way of just clearing a huge minion. So if there's like buffed things, the Dispel could help with that. Maybe 3 Regalias. There's too many Regalias. No, that's silly. They stack so well. Okay, let's keep the Demonic Lure because you can get rid of big minions in our face. Let's cut this lot. I do like Lasting Judgment a lot. We do still have a way to kill a 2/3 on turn 1 with Demonic Lure. So we're not starved for that. We also have Sunstone Braces, if I'm going to run those. Am I going to run those? I kind of want the Hailstone Golem, to be honest. It's just a good card. What is this Primus Shieldmaster with? Regalia, Red Sinjir, we're keeping those. Right, how many cheap creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That low, huh? Okay, we cannot afford to cut any cheap creatures. So we're keeping this pair. Keeping these, obviously. Keeping this pair. Let's get rid of these, I think. It'll make the curve look a bit better. I mean, it'll make the curve look higher. But it's not necessarily a problem. Like, we just want to trim down to consistently slamming these bombs. Let's get rid of these. Those cards are all kind of weak, so. Right, everything else here is interaction that I think we ostensibly need. Or cards we don't want to cut. So we've got a Regalia here and a Sinjir. Ironcliff and Windblade out of here. Demonic Lure here, we need that. Regalia, Dancing Blades, Arclight Sentinel here. Cheap creatures, Immo here, Regalia. Cheap creature, Divine Bond, Healing Mystic, Immo. We could cut this pair actually. Go down to 1 True Strike sounds good. And then we've still got 4 5-drops. I don't know, Second Sun going to 16 attack with Divine Bond is sick. What else could I feasibly cut? I mean, this set... I quite like the Sunstone Braces, and I do like having the 2 circles. No, yeah, you know what? Let's cut True Strike Second Sun. Alright. Well, let's see how this goes. I think this deck looks very good. It has its weaknesses. Right, we're going to struggle. We don't have a Martyrdom. Is the main thing. Like, we don't have just point and click, please go away removal. But we have very high card quality. We have some incredible constructed staples filling out the deck. We have turn 2 Ironcliffe right here. Against the faction that no longer has Blood of Air. They do have Entropic Decay though. I honestly might replace this. I just want a mulligan for like... Well, it would be nice to... If this dies... Is this going to die? It's Vitruvian. What are they going to do about it? This is probably going to be able to take a Monotile on turn 1, isn't it? They could have an airdrop minion or whatever. But I've got the draws. By turn 2, I'll have seen several extra cards, so that's fine. Oh, that's good. We're like a Windblade Adept, honestly. Oh, that's scary. So, I wanted to play this, but I don't want it to die to like Sion's First Wish. So I think I... Oh, does it change anything? I don't think so. I think we're just going up here, hoping that Dervish has a bad spawn. Fingers crossed. Damn it! Oh, I can take the Monotile there as well. This is brutal. And you know what? We cut that Dispel. We cut the Ephemeral Shroud. Immediate punish. Excuse me, sorry. Right, how are we going to take this back? We do have a Dancing Blades. We can't just put an Ironcliffe on it, which is not completely terrible. But my opponent kind of has free reign of the board here. They have access to a lot of mana tiles, and this Obelisk is going to keep pumping out free Dervishes. So this game is very difficult. Interesting if they're leaving that model tile up in the middle. That would seem strange. I guess they're looking to protect that from being traded into. Fair enough. Okay. What can I do? Obviously we have to kill this. That is not a question. I can use this to take the tile. And then I'll play one of these next turn, probably the Dancing Blades. Well, that's pretty convenient, isn't it? I guess I should protect this. Maybe it doesn't matter. I kind of want my opponent to move so I can reach the Obelisk, to be honest. Maybe putting it up here is good, but it will just die for free. Maybe that's good though, like forcing my opponent to walk up. I can just leave it where it is. If I leave it where it is, most Dervish spawns can't hit it anyway, just these two. And the general has to walk to here and attack it. They'll probably just kill this instead, right? leaving the Vanguard as is. Yeah, I should move this in position to actually do something. Putting it over there is not really worthwhile. Okay, ammo is good. They got a good spawn in some sense, but it's provoked. I hadn't thought about that, of course. The Dervish can't move. It's quite helpful, actually, because it's harder for them to remove the Regalia. What you got? Oh, this is tense. Just feeling spooky. The ammo is a great draw, though. We do have this Dancing Blades as well. We need to stick a unit for the ammo to be good, though. We've already drawn our singular one drop. So hopefully one of these survives. I mean, hopefully what they've got isn't that good because they're thinking about it. So what they might do is clear this, and then I can use the Silverguard Square and the Sunstone Braces with my general to clear this if they move out the way. Okay. Frostbone Naga, maybe? The tension is killing me. Rasha's Curse. You had that the whole time? Goodness me. Imperial Saboteur. Wow, okay. You know what though? They left it in play, so I can MO. Maybe the Blades is better. Body block here. This obelisk is such a pain. Alright, I think the braces are getting replaced now. That's pretty good. I can use that on the obelisk next turn. If we can reach it. I think I have to do this. Kind of sucks, but oh well. What are you gonna do? Let's attack because we're gonna probably do some healing soon. Tiger's good as well. Decent spawn. They can hit my stuff, but at least they can't reach the mana tile, so they have to move their general, which means I can attack the stupid obelisk. I'm doing okay. I'm sort of even on cards with them, right? Despite the fact that they've had this unanswered. So, although I am having to warp my play around it, so far I don't think it's too bad. And my hand is pretty good, if somewhat clunky. But I can do this next turn. So that looks better for me. Alright, they're actually moving. Let's go. We can reach the obelisk, maybe. And before they just slam a huge provoke in the way, and I'm sad. Maybe I should have picked that Magnetize. That's a good piece of interaction. Especially with Divine Bond in the deck. We love it, Magnetize. Alright, where you go? Oh no. Jeez. Okay, well. Oh, I think I can kill it. Yes, I can. Just about. With some weird play. I'm not in love with this, but it will clear the board. So if I take the mana tile, play a Saberspine Tiger, run it around the corner, immo, and then trade with the Scarab, and then hit this with the Dancing Blades, they have no board and I have a 4/4. But I am in kind of a bad spot. They get a 2/1. I'm trying to think if there's any other... Is there anything in my deck that's worth replacing for that would actually change any of this? Because again, we don't have Martyrdom. Like, True Strike works, but that's a bit awkward as well. I guess I'd rather expend the True Strike and the Circle then yeah, I guess that is actually kind of good. Although I can't take the mana tile in that case. So I think this is better, as much as it's a bit painful. At least to get some face damage in, right? I get to hit them, that's not bad. There is one more ammo in the deck, so I'm going to keep this Azurite Lion. Yeah, I'll just keep all these cards. Oh, we drew a circle anyway. So this looks okay. I mean, we don't have much to do next turn. The second sun is fine. Obviously, if they have a Dispel, and we are against Vitruvian with Siphon Energy, that looks a little awkward. If they have Dominate Will, that's pretty crippling. But I think our sort of strategy is inherently soft to Dominate Will anyway. That's why I like the card. It's really good against people doing this kind of Lyonar-esque mid-range, you know, slam down creatures kind of strategy. So we can just trade plus Circle of Life with a lot of things here. Okay, yeah, we can circle that. This is good. My opponent's kind of doing nothing. That said, if we are circling this 4/4, we don't get to do much else. So maybe we are kind of obliged to trade on the board. Okay, they get a card draw. Don't get too much about that. Right. Let's ship one of these. That's very good. Okay, so options. We plop down an Ironcliff and an Azurite Lion, or a second Sun. I think the Ironcliff is better. Second Sun, like, they're on lots of life. So, Second Sun loses to more things and doesn't have Provoke. An Ironcliff, we can also put it behind them, which is kind of nice for if they do have the Dominate. We can run away from the Ironcliff more easily. If we circle, we can move this up, attack them, I guess, play an Azurite Lion. They can easily clear that. So I think the trade is better. I'm going to move here rather than tucking myself into the corner further. We'll just do this. I'll keep the Sunstone Templar for surprise value. I do not need more Circles of Life deck. The card is fine. There is a Dominate Will. Oh, I should have played the Azurite line here for this reason. I'm a fool. Well, actually, we have a Demonic Lure, so it's not too bad. I guess they could kill it either way. Man, Dominate Will is so good against this kind of strategy. Oof. Feels bad. We don't even have like a good answer to our own Ironcliff. It sucks. They can just run away and hide behind it. Regalia or Second Sun? It's gotta be Second Sun, right? I think if we then lure the Ironcliff into the corner, what we can do is like box my opponent in a little bit. Put this over there. Over here, I guess. And then hope they don't have more good cards. Double Regalia is pretty good though. Sinja. If they do steal this, we can attack it and Sinja. Or Sinja and attack it. First wish, okay. Please don't have another Dominate Will. Whenever I draft this card, it just sits in my hand all game. But my opponents just play bad minions and run away. I don't know, maybe people are just playing around it, whereas I decided to make them have it. Opponent's getting to live the dream here a little bit. That said, they are having to think about this one, it seems, so that's good. We are pretty close to lethal, right? 10 damage on board, 2 Argolite Regalias in hand. It's only 2 off. Sorry for sneezing so much. I don't think we're going to win this game because the Dominate was so good, but we could always just rip Divine Bond here and win the game on the spot, so there is that. Okay, we don't care about that too much. What are you doing? Syzygy, giving it... Oh, goodness. Oh, so they're going to kill it. Never mind then. Ah, cool. Well played. I mean, I think we just double Regalia them, but let's see if we draw anything else. Shame this doesn't go face, huh? Lock. Yep. Have it. Let's see what they do. I don't think we're going to win this game. I think we have profoundly lost, in fact. But let's see what they do. One Rash's Curse. Buff causes the dervishes to go through. My opponent has really had just the perfect card most turns, haven't they? I mean, I guess the Syzygy was marginally awkward compared to just killing it, but... The Obelisk on 1. The Rash's Curse. Dominate well, another Rash's Curse. Really, they've got the cards to counter this game plan of ours. If they have to attack with their face here, we might get somewhere. Or feel compelled to attack with their face. They might not, though. They still have a lot of mana. They could just Aymara healer here. Aymara healer us here, we'd be pretty dead. Okay, that's annoying. That's very annoying. But I can kill it. We can do circle and some body blockers. I don't know if that's very effective. I don't think we're doing this. Hailstone. I think I have to circle this, unfortunately. Right, we just gotta hit them in the face and hope. That's basically the plan we have. The Ironcliff gets to reach us here now. Unless I kill the Healing Mystic and put mine in the way. Or put a Hailstone Golem in the way, maybe. They can kill it with the Dervish, assuming it doesn't get a bad spawn. I guess the odds of a good spawn aren't that high. It's about 50-50. Right, to reach something on this tile. I think it's worth a shot. It also makes it slightly harder for them to clear the Regalia. There's a Bond. I mean, this is going to die. Okay, they got a bad spawn. They got a bad spawn. We're back in business, maybe. Maybe. This Red Singer looks kind of good. Heal for 2, draw 2. Yikes. This is an interesting game. Again, like, I've been losing since turn 1, but my opponent's playing very well, and I'm just generally enjoying the back and forth. Oh, they're taking 4. I'm happy with that. A First Wish, maybe, or a Cryogenesis. Alright, it's dead. So the Red Singer kills the Ironcliff. They're going to attack me, or they're going to leave it? I think we're going to leave it. More body blockers. My opponent, of course, has an inexhaustible supply of cards because it's 2-draw. So we don't really have a chance of like actually winning this game by, you know, running them out of answers to our attempts to pressure them. They're just able to maintain defense for the whole game. But right, what else do we have? I think we've only got the one Saber Spine. We've used it. We do have another Holy Immolation though. The Duelyst isn't terrible with Bond, potentially. I mean, the Singe is kind of okay here. I'd probably just die though. This Pyromancer is good. I like this Lady Lock actually with the Duelyst. That seems strong. I think what we can do is like Lock, Duelyst, Healing Mystic somewhere, maybe here. The Lock will just die to a Dervish. Maybe I can put it this side. Maybe the Lock goes here actually. Duelyst here. This goes like... Again, here is kind of awkward because it will just die to Dervishes. Maybe here is better. I think here is better. Heal myself. Do I attack this? Because there's a good chance that... Oh, no, I never have time. No then. Okay, so they can kill the Healing Mystic. They got a decent spawn. Not an amazing spawn, but a decent one. So the Healing Mystic will just die. What's this? Starfire Scarab, maybe. Another Fireblaze, oh goodness. Okay, so they can trade this, but this can't really reach anything. I guess they can move the Ironcliffe and then kill the Duelyst with it. That's not the worst. Oh, they are just trading here. That's good for me. I guess they're hoping to get some damage in on the 10 toughness blocker. I mean, I've seen worse. If they only have just like random creatures, then maybe we get to Divine Bond them here. Depending on where the 0-10 spawns. Because they can't just move out of the way. Like, so I needed to spawn... it's bad spawn. Because they can just run over here. That's fine. I'm totally okay with that. That is irrelevant. The fact that the 0-10 is over here is very relevant though. I mean, I guess I can just bond it to start killing the obelisks. That's not completely awful. Just have a 6/6. Lock actually killed... Okay, well, that was kind of a weak turn for them. Like, they're in a strong position, but that was kind of a weak turn, you know? Annoyingly, there's nothing I can actually use to trigger Red Singer. But I can surround them, which is not bad. I honestly might just bond this to kill an obelisk, though. I'm actually thinking I'm going to replace this Singer. That does nothing. Okay, so if I airdrop to the corner and then play Sun Elemental... It is a bit awkward, though. I think I have to do this, right? I need to get rid of some of these obelisks. Like, this has to go away. They're also going to get 2 more 4/2s, which give them fantastic trades. But if they get bad spawns... This one would have to spawn here for it not to be able to hit this. This could spawn here, anywhere on this side or here. So, again, about a 50-50 for this to die. And I can also put other targets in the way. Right, so if I do this and this, we're out of cards, but it is 2-draw. Arclight is okay, Primus is bad. Yes, okay, good. They got terrible spawns for killing the 6/6. So now they have to come up with something for that, and they've already used a Siphon. Maybe we do actually run them out of stuff. Who knows? But again, they have 5 cards in end, so there's probably loads of things they can do. Is this another Dominate Will? Please no. Actually, no, that's fine. If they just Dominate Will this, they die. So that's okay. Oh, they can kill this with the Dervish and run away, so they've got to turn more before I can connect this to their face. They do need to remove the Sun Elemental though, if they're gonna make good use of that. I'm really glad that this spawned in a crappy place. Now I think this obelisk becomes irrelevant now because we're going to be too far away from it. I guess here is still a good spawn location, right? I can reach this. Oh, you're joking. At least I can kill it, but like, oh, goodness. I guess the +2/-1 as well. I want my Singer back. There are 2 in the deck, so I might just draw one. We'll see. Random 2-drop. Healing Mystic, probably. That seems like a good place to put it. So this will become a... Oh no, another obelisk. That's bad. 6/5. Jeez, I can kill it with lock this and this. So there are options here. That's a very good option though. Do I have anything better? No, I think this is the line. We kill this. The circle. Move in here. Punch this to death. I could move this over here to block the dervish from being able to kill the hit the tombstone. Is that a good idea? So they're 50-50 to be able to attack it with this one. This one, it has to land exactly here. If lock goes here, they have a 0 chance of hitting this with this one without using removal. So actually, that's probably better. All right, give me... Okay, bad spawn's good. Good. 2 Singers. Okay, 2 Singers is too many Singers, but that's still a number of Singers. Odds of my opponent having 3 Dominant Wells pretty low, and stealing this doesn't really do that much anyway. Am I going to be double Dominate Well? This is looking surprisingly positive. Oh, they're moving? Oh, don't you dare Dominate Well me. If they do, we still have lethal with Divine Bond on this. This is a crazy game. Hope the other rounds aren't this lengthy. Gotta go to bed at some point. We're in trouble with Repulsor Beast as well. Tracer, alright. And they're playing a body blocker. Oh, it's just a pyro. Are they dead? Not quite. We're so close. Hold on. No, go away, Silvertongue Corsair. That is so annoying. Okay. And there's definitely no way of... Maybe a general takes damage. Yeah, I would have to... Staring at this like I must be able to kill them. But I think... Is this better? This is the play, right? Play this. Hit the pyro. Which kills the Sil... Oh my god, we won! Oh my god, we won that game. We won that game. Oh. I felt so hard counted every turn of that game. And we pulled it through. So many obelisks, double dominate, double Rasha's Curse. The thing is, every time I draft Rasha's Curse, there's no way they play an artifact, you know? They just... That thing is 2 damage to a creature. It's, wow. That was a game. I felt like playing ladder, like the types of... Like, especially their deck. I remember, I did... When I was new, I took part in, like, a new player tournament. And I was playing Mech Vitruvian, but I had a... You could bring basically 2 decks. Or maybe you had an unlimited sideboard. You basically had to play the same faction. You could change your deck in some way for game 2. And I had Mech Vitruvian in game 1. And then I would just change into a control deck for game 2 if I felt it was a good idea. Because people would bring in their sort of anti-aggro cards. And there'd be me with like Dominate Wills and big minions, Starfire Scarabs and stuff. And so I would take advantage of the, you know, them sort of lowering their curve and playing these kind of anti-aggro defensive cards, lots of healing and stuff, by just overpowering them. It was great fun. And my deck was basically what my opponent just played. Like, that's basically what I was doing. Oh. Wow, that was a game and a half. It definitely made me regret replacing that Ephemeral Shroud, because if I'd had a Shroud on turn 1, it does make the first few turns quite a bit easier. Although, ultimately, I don't think it made that much difference, because of the way, like, because I had to trade with I had to answer the Starfire Scarab anyway, and because of the way that actually happened, it kind of, the Obelisk kind of got swept up, and before that it wasn't too, they didn't get too much value out of it, you know. I do like the Sunstone Braces here. They'll be very good against the 2/3 with Rebirth. I'm going to replace this Primus because it's kind of a weak card. I'm going to replace this Circle of Life because it's kind of a weak card. That's a Red Sinjur. We love a second Sun, but I would really like a 4-drop here. Where's my Hailstone going? Crystal Wisp! Wow. That's something. Holy moly. I hear that card is good. Oh wait, I should have played the Regalia. It prevents the 2 damage. It wouldn't lose a charge. Whoops. Never mind. I hope I don't lose by... Ah! I love this. Wow, okay, that is kind of scary, actually. Let's make an 8/8, I guess. And hit them? Question mark? Ooh. This card is so good now, by the way. Like, the Duelyst 2 take on this, where it doesn't lose durability on your turn. Which is a fantastic card. I can kill it with the Tiger, actually. But that's a lot of value to pass up on. I guess I could put a Sunstone Templar in just like a corner. Hailstone. So, are we playing a second Sun here? Or are we playing Saberspine Templar? I think we're playing second Sun. I don't think there's too much of a question on that. I will send this in to remove a charge. Do I attack them myself? I think so. I think removing the charges is worth it. And we're actually, because of the 2 damage prevention, yes, I'm losing charges as well, but we're still coming out a little bit ahead in that exchange. Maybe I should have equipped the Sunstone, honestly. Because they're going to hit me again. It's like 3 extra damage over the course of, you know, random trades. Okay, they're running away. That's promising enough. That also means I got to keep my Regalia, perhaps. Running away and body blocking. That's very much what we like to see. Okay. The hand is now full, but we can always play a Sunstone Braces, so that's not a huge issue. Demonic Lure would be a fantastic draw here. We just nearly killed them already. In fact, Demonic Lure is lethal, right? Yeah, we have 12 with the Saberspine. Another Regalia. Well, that lets me hit this for free, but I don't know if that means too much. I mean, I guess I can attack, play the Silverguard Squire and pass. Like, it's not terrible. They've obviously shown no artifact removal, so... yeah, why not? Let's do it. They are at Mercantor Land. Maybe playing the Sunstone is actually better than the Silverguard Square, because this gives them an easy Mercantor target. Circle of Life, nice, bit of healing. So if they hit us here, they take 7, we take 1. We do lose a Regalia though. They can obviously kill this, but then they die, so we don't mind. So here's the War Beast. Elucidator. Okay, there's a fake War Beast. It's slightly better actually, because I take damage. It knocks a charge off the second. Oh, it loses the both archives, doesn't it? Right, they're on 13. We have 8. We have 8. Can do Lady Lock, Saberspine Tiger. That's 9. But not super exciting. Let's replace one of these cards. No, not more Circles of Life. Do not need more Circles of Life. I do enjoy the Lady Lock plan here, actually. Or I can just play a Hailstone Golem and a Silverguard. But I think this is nice. Like, forcing them to not move away is pretty good. And using this to clear the Adamantite Claws means I can hit them for free. Keep my Regalia charges. And now they can't easily clear this. On board. So I would wager, if I were a gambling man, that we're going to win this game. But anything can happen. We'll see. I've come back from worse positions than this as Magma before. Mate, what are these extra class cards, man? I mean, look, it's not that different from them just having Earth Sphere, but like, God, that was funny. All right. Do I seriously Circle of Life this? I think the answer is yes. I want to hit them in the face. Let's replace... Oh, I don't know. It's kind of good. But I want to hit them in the face. This gains attack equal to the cost of the next artifact. Okay. And we'll use this little Silverguard Knight to... Which is better to block? I think this one. Because there's more room to move here. Yeah. Another... What we need is more Regalias. Let's go. Vindicator, okay. Big plays, big plays. Dealta, that is excellent actually. Fair play. They are maybe going to die to Divine Bond though. Divine Bond plus Circle of Life is lethal. That's an interesting move there. Oh, they've already damaged me. Right, yes, the Dealta has attacked me. Blanking on things. Right, so if we draw Demonic Lure, we win. Wait, no, they're still on 4 life. If we draw... Oh, but we don't have mana for clearing this properly. These cards are also clumsy. That is not Demonic Lure. So this Circle of Life Divine Bond line is kind of cute. It does let me hit them for 2 as well. And I think it's better than the other options, so let's do it. Also, it'll be funny. This is like the best Dealtas I've ever seen that wasn't just lethal in itself. On the bright side, we can block them in here. I mean, obviously they can play stuff in this empty tile, but like, or next to the Komodo. But we can physically block them from moving. Which means they need healing or provoke if they want to not die. Which, you know, they might have. They got a full grip, but we'll see. That play with the Vindicated at the old test, that was cool. And it's kind of interesting how much rarity is not really a barrier in this mode. Night Sorrow Assassin. Neat. So they need another body blocker here. Spirit Harvester, that's a bad one because we have a True Strike. Alright. Opponent made us work for it. But we had the work, so that's good. It says something about how good Demonic Lure is, that, like, we, there's not been quite a few situations where, like, if I just draw Demonic Lure, we win.
versus Lyonar.
Alrighty. Quicker queue this time. This video's getting a little long. If this game goes longer as well, I might split it out. Ah, whatever. We can make a long video, that's fine. I guess we just full mulligan for something to do on the first turn. Saberspine Tiger does not count. Okay, they did nothing as well, so maybe Saberspine Tiger is good enough. I get to make a nice line here, actually. This play allows the Tiger to take either of these mana tiles while also remaining safe from my opponent. Obviously, they can just take this one, but then I can move down, take this one if I want. Or can have anything to do with it. I don't currently have a use for it, but taking the center seems pretty sensible from them. Azahorn Shaman. Hearth Sister, no. Alright. Well, I mean, that was a fairly complete answer to my play, so credit where credit's due. I guess we just punch this and play Arclight Regalia, huh? Squire for Holy Ammo next turn is pretty nice. But my opponent kind of has the pick of the mana tiles now, just the same as I did last time. This Regalia will be good though. Here's another one. So we can hopefully kill this Azahorn Shaman for free. Get a bit of tempo. It feels underwhelming. I'd much rather have a Hailstone Golem on the field here, but that's fine. The fact that we have Immo for next turn means we can play a decent control game. The Guardian is good as well. Depending on whether they... I assume my opponent's going to be sensible enough to put the Azahorn Shaman next to a minion if it's practical. So we're not just going to be able to hit this and give them no value, but we can Immo to kill this and something else potentially. Or if they play like a Hailstone of their own. I guess they can just attack and buff their things now, can't they? Yeah. That is what I would call a lot of stats. How do I win this game? Let's run away from the infiltrate unit. That's a good idea. If I just go over here and put another Arclight Regalia on. I think Ironcliffe is better than second Regalia, right? We can do this. Both my opponent's minions can't both stand in this space to attack the Ironcliffe. They can pressure the Regalia. They can kill the Regalia next turn, right, by attacking with this and this, but that at least puts both of these down into ammo range. And actually no, this can't attack it because the Guardian prevents it. Okay, they had the Hailstone. We are dead. Although my opponent going over there is kind of fine for me. Yeah, okay, they're going for the clear on the Regalia, which means we get the ammo. That's fairly bad, I would say. This is awkward actually because we can't reach this to kill it with minions. kind of just want to put another Arclight on. Like, it's just annoying for them, you know? Several kills my Windblade for free. It's a bit awkward. Actually, no, what the better option is I play a minion here, ammo, walk forward and punch the wolf. And that puts me in good regaliating / singeing position next turn. They can punish this with several, but I don't think that matters too much. I guess if I play this, they can't actually fully clear it on board, so I get to keep a minion potentially, or, you know, encourage them to do something else about it. But on the flip side, keeping this in hand makes the other immolation better. I think that's worth it, actually. Having the bonus here. It would have been nice to put something around the corner and get my opponent with the 4 damage as well. I think I just keep all these cards. Oh, Sentinel, that's a good one. That'll help us kill several as well. If for some reason we're not regaliating it, but we can hit it. It's slightly cheaper on the mana. I do foresee singeing a biggish minion here. Several is not too scary against that. Excuse me. Windrunner. Okay. So we can position the Singer where it will hit the Windrunner guaranteed and attack the opponent. Doesn't feel great. We can bop this and Arclight Sentinel to kill the Crystal Cloaker. Do we then have any other interaction? What I want is the second Immo. Actually, Immo kills. Yeah, Immo kills everything. If I just draw the other immolation, we win the game probably. But so far I haven't got it. The Primus is not terrible as well. That does nothing. Okay, so options are we can Singer this down. They still have a bunch of stuff. We can Primus plus Arclight Sentinel, clearing the Crystal Cloaker. The Provoke maybe prevents the Windrunner from buffing Several. Several can't pull anything because it's facing the corner. And we get a 2/5 Arclight as well, which is kind of nice. I'm going to have to make a decision. In fact, probably better than having a 2/5 Arclight is boxing my opponent in. Let's do that instead. So Primus here. Arclight this down. Trade. Dare I attack my opponent? I think I have to. I'm struggling to find answers to their stuff, but I do have Arclight Regalias and a Divine Bond. If I manage to stick any minions. Man, that second Immo would have been so good. Where are you? Our deck is too large. We needed more two card buckets. Huh? No! Oh, the Hailstone is so good. I think Hailstone might be the best card in this format. Having my Vanar draft, where I think I had 3 in my deck, and every single time it was fantastic. It's just 2 mana hard removal. Their hand was always full, so I never even had, like, in the games I played, I never even cared about that. Like, it was just an utterly astounding card. It's so much better than the other removal options that are available. Like, a lot of them, outside of Martyrdom. Ooh, hello. Oh, they're attacking me. Oh, am I dead? I think I'm dead. They have something. Yeah, fine. You know, I was hoping the Iron Cliffs and Bonds would be good enough to get there, as they often are on ladder. But, no, it turns out you need to be doing something quite specific. These Iron Cliffs have been largely a liability. Which character even is that? Oh, it's Maeve, okay. Nope, gave me 2 drops. Oh, we've got the demonic lure. The vaunted demonic lure. It sounds nice, actually. We like an Azurite Lion. Got a bit of removal. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Although I might actually replace the Saberspine Tiger. It's pretty inefficient to use it just to kill minions. Especially when we have this. And I would love to find a 4-drop. True Strike also not terrible. That's not a 4-drop. Yeah, I think the second. So we've cast 1 Divine Bond this game so far, and it was on a 1/4, and it was very good, and it was a key part of us winning that game, but it was on a 1/4. This guy again. Well, actually, it dies to lure, so I'm not too worried. What are we doing otherwise this turn? Well, that's an MO, so that's next turn sorted. Let's just... I should play this, right? Just to take this center tile. Where do I want this line to be? I kind of want it here, right? So I can take either of these mana tiles. Or run forwards and MO in any shape. Any space on the board. So let's do this. So we've got a bunch of NAF cards and a Holy MO. Bad cards and the best card. In fact, we have the wombo combo of airdrop Silverguard Square into MO. So we can MO anywhere on the board for 5 mana. And we have an Azurite Lion to take mana tiles to do it. Oh no, they're going to kill it. Oh, fair enough. Just MO with this then, I guess. Well, I could still do the Silverguard Square on the mana tile. It's kind of good. Although it doesn't kill this Wraithling. So when your general deals damage. I think I'm doing it. I think it's too cool to pass up, you know? I need to play it before I attack them, right? We do this, and then I still have the option of MOing the Sunstone Templar instead. Yeah, I'm going to do that because it kills more things. And then have it run away a little bit. Somewhere safe from this Wraithling. Here is good, because then they can't hit it and get the mana tile at the same time. Right, I'm kind of low on cards, but I do have a little bit of board. I feel like I should have slightly more cards. I guess I've played this. I've played quite a lot of cheap cards, so. I'm gonna kill my 1/3. No, my 1/3. I do enjoy this card. I've not really gotten to play with it before, but I think it's cool. Breath of the Unborn. Alright, well I'm pretty fine with trading my entire turn, their entire turn for 1 damage on this. And a Void Pulse too, huh? This is all fine. This is all completely fine. No, if only I had something else to do to punish it. Singe is good. I guess I'll just have to play this Hailstone Golem. Protect the 1/2. Hit them in the face, because I have this. Oh, this is more like it. These are some cards. Alright, let's go. Although, we are facing the wrong way for Dancing Blades. Bit awkward. No? That's fine. It should still be able to affect the game before the end of the game. Most of the time. We're gonna have a Hailstone Golem again in like 4 turns. I might just circle life that. I wish the Dancing Blades was facing the other way, because that would be such a nice play right now. I could also Regalia them. Or play this. This also works. Which is better? Let's go here. Peace. Because as mentioned, I have healing cards and Arclight Regalia now. Shadow Watcher could get real big, but I am hopeful that it doesn't have more than 5 toughness going into my turn and I can kill it with Circle. We might just get our Ironcliff lured again. High hand too, alright. Jeez. Can I have my Demonic Lure back? To be fair though, if I top deck Divine Bond, they die. They do have 2 mana left actually. They still have mana. War Surge. War Surge is fine. You can have a War Surge. Alright, so. Divine Bond for lethal. Red Singer also kills this with some assistance from the Ironclave if we're desperate. Saber Spine. So right now we have 10 damage, 11 damage. It's obviously not 16. I mean, Circle is okay. And punch this Reds, and the Red Singer feels a bit weak. Dancing Blades doesn't get all the way there. Doesn't let me Singer it next turn, but like I think they just want to trade this, right? They didn't show removal before. So I think what we want to do is kill this and then let this trade in. Which maybe we do play the Red Singer or the Blades. Let's just kill this. Play this Dancing Blades. Play this Windblade Adept. Get my 1 damage in. I'm actually not going to attack now. I want to stay a little safe. Because if they do manage to clear this... In fact... No, too late. If they do manage to clear this, I don't want to die to Void Pulse. But... Okay, here's an Immo. I keep being in these situations where, like, the cards to immediately win the game are in my deck, but just not showing up. There's a Lure. Are we dead? They need 1 damage if they have a Void Pulse. A Saber Spine Tiger kills me. Okay, they're moving, which is promising. 3 cards, 6 mana. I don't mind taking 10 here. We do have the Circle if my opponent isn't dead. Right now we have... I mean, they're going to move away from this Hailstone Golem. They might just kill a minion here instead of me. So, I mean, if they stay where they are, we have lethal, but that's unlikely. Shield Oracle. When the ally in front of this would take damage, it takes that damage instead. Okay. And another Shadow Watcher. Right. That's how that works. So I can kill this easily. They're on 15. We can trade with this. We can punch this. We can save us by Nemo again. This also gets to get in for damage then. We have a True Strike to clear this on the cheap, so I can move. This can also just kill the 4-3 now. Or the 1-1 actually. Maybe that's better. Yeah, let's do that. Kill this. I'm going to come down here. Oh, I know. Oh, no, I messed up. What I should have done was traded here and then played Red Singer. I can't do that now. Well, I can still do it if I use the True Strike. Which is probably the best line I have still. I think that's better than playing Saber Spine Immo. Right? So I think what we do is... Where is Sinja going? Sinja can go here. So get the... no, she can't go there. That's not how that works. Let's not throw again. Right, we're going to do this. We're going to trade here. Punch them. Kill this high hand. Oh, move my Iron Cliff before I forget. Right, that was a complicated turn that we nearly messed up in several ways, but... I mean, to be honest, spending the True Strike doesn't actually cost anything. It's actively good to get it out of our hand so that we can draw another card. So actually, that was a big brain play. But no, realistically, I think this is better than the Saber Swine version because we have a 7-7, whereas in the other case we would have a 4-3. And obviously the Sinja presents, like if they don't kill it, presents further threat. I suspect that they top decked the Demonic Lure from last turn. Obviously they are looking at 3 new cards every turn. It's Duelyst 2, but we... Hopefully they don't have further answers. These games have all been intense. Still kind of happy to draw Divine Bond. Although right now with this square they're looking to move to, they're dead on board. So they need to put up some blockers. And we have a ton of removal and burst in hand. So I'm pretty sure my opponent's super dead, but... You know, again, anything can happen in Duelyst 2. Sarlacc, Ritual Banishing on the Sinja. Does it land in a place where it body blocks the 4-4? 2 in 45. No, it doesn't. Okay. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Yeah. Loads of damage. Just double check. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh. The little skull icon didn't show up when I went to click with Zaran, and I got really confused. I was like, have I messed this up? Has my opponent already conceded? Something going on? That's strange. Wait, where's the tip button? I swear the... Oh. Cool, we got there. Kind of good, because my gold is bugged, which means I did have about 900 gold before. But I currently have... Is it? Oh. What this bug is they are adding the new gold amounts as strings, aka text, not numbers. So you can see here, this starts with 965, and this is about, this is quite a bit shorter before before I started playing today. Started with 965, which I think is the amount I had before the bug took in. And then you can see we've got 10, 20, 15, 5, 25, 30, 15, 20. These are all amounts of gold that I've gained. in some way. Maybe like incremental Gauntlet rewards or something. That's Gauntlet's what I'm playing. Quests probably as well. And I think what it's been doing is appending them as text to essentially a word. The word that represents the number, 965 quintillion, 102, whatever, I don't know, as opposed to just adding them normally. I think that's what the bug is. I'm going to report that on Reddit, and then I'm going to go to bed. This was really good fun, actually. That was an interesting run. Very challenging. Lots of hard games. Lots of games where, like, if I'd drawn the one card, then I just kill them, but I didn't, so now I have to think about it. But we mostly got there, actually, with the deck. Even though the games always felt like an uphill struggle. Oh, not always. There was one of them that was very easy, wasn't there? But even then, they made us work for it at the end. We were sweating. Like, they could have stabilized. We didn't really have the tools in hand to push for the end. Yeah. I'm starting to form an opinion on the feel and playstyle of this new version of Gauntlet. I say version of Gauntlet, I mean mostly 2-draw and the card pool, as opposed to like the Gauntlet rules, the 4 wins, 20 gold entry thing, which I broadly think is fantastic. I think I wouldn't mind playing more matches, but the new Gauntlet structure allows you to just play Gauntlet as a new player or as someone who isn't winning a lot, and you'll still get enough gold from quests just passively to like be able to play essentially as much Gauntlet as you want, more or less, I think. And that's just genuinely fantastic. It's something that I always want in card games. I like limited. I don't really care that much about constructed a lot of the time. Sometimes I get more into it than others, but a lot of the time, especially with new, I can't bother to grind. And I can't be bothered to like build a collection of Duelyst 2. I'm just not interested in starting again. But what I can be bothered to do is play limited. And so I really like that there's a limited system that just doesn't force you to engage with the collection mechanic at all, which is not so good. I understand why people don't normally do this because it makes it harder to monetize the game, but there's a lot of times where like I would have easily bought like a mega ticket that was like £10 or whatever and allowed you to just draft as much as you wanted for a few months, or give you 10 draft tickets or something. Like I would do that. Magic Arena developers, if you are listening, let me pay £10 for a set's worth of Phantom drafts, and I will probably play your game. Right. That sorts this video out at just squeaking in under the hour-and-a-half mark. That was a big one. But I really enjoyed it. So, GG everybody, and I will see you next time.